Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 21 of Europa Universalis IV as England. On the last video I completely forgot to deal with the extra free merchant that I got, which we picked up when we got our next idea. At least I think it was our next idea. Yeah, we got a merchant from our trade ideas, and I didn't put him anywhere and he's just sitting idle. So let's just go and have a quick look at the trade nodes. So we have one guy down here who is steering trade back up to the English Channel. We've got another guy here steering into the English Channel. We've got a guy here in the North Sea, again steering down. So where do we want to be able to steer into? I guess we could go ahead and potentially put someone in Rhineland, although Rhineland is either going to go into Champagne or into Lübeck and then into the English Channel anyway, so that doesn't make a lot of difference. There's not really any point in steering here because this trade only goes in one direction, so there's not really a lot of trade that we need to worry about too much. Not a lot of point in going in Genoa. Genoa is an end node, as is Venice, so there's not really... What does it say there's outgoing? Oh, outgoing 0, yeah. So that is an end node. So not really a lot of places worth putting anybody into. We've got the Baltic Sea up here, but again, that's just pushing out in one direction. I guess we could put somebody in Krakow and try and push downstream. We don't have an awful lot of trade power anywhere else, which is the only real problem. Let's just put somebody in Rhineland and just transfer forward, just so he's doing something. So he will arrive. Now, a couple of things that we do want to get sorted out is, first of all, we still want to take Brittany, although I can't really do that at the moment because we have this royal marriage, and that royal marriage won't break until, well, one of us has to die, but I can't remember which one of us initiated the royal marriage. So a royal marriage only breaks when the side that asked for it dies, and unfortunately the game doesn't tell you which way around that is. What I would like to do, however, is take on Flanders here. Now, Flanders currently aren't actually... they're not part of the HRE. They are allied with Aschen, Munster and the Hansa, but I think we can take them. Now, what I might try and do is annex them. Now, that will actually put us over our limit. Can we annex them? 30, 25, 28. Might just about be able to full annex them. Really, I want Antwerpen, because Antwerpen actually has the coastal centre of trade, but obviously it's a little bit disconnected from everything else and we can't really core it. But I'm certainly going to go ahead and fabricate a claim on them. So let's go into covert actions and fabricate a claim, and then we'll see if we can go to war with them and grab that. And it will put us slightly over our relationships limit, but that's fine. So I've just unpaused the game for the first time since loading up the save. So we're rivaling Morocco and the Ottomans are the only people rivaling us at the moment, so we don't have an awful lot of rivals at all. And Morocco's no longer a valid rival for us either. So I don't really want to rival Castile at this point. We've got a costly embargo against Morocco, so let's go ahead and revoke that embargo. What else do we want to do? We've been discovered fabricating, but that's fine. We're not bothered about that. Is there anybody else that we'd like to suck up to? Who are our allies currently? We are allied with Brittany, which I'm not bothered about. Castile will probably lose at some point. Austria, I definitely want to make sure that we do keep happy. How are things with Austria right now? Improved relations only at 64, so let's go ahead in there and... improve relations with Austria. Just trying to keep my diplomats busy at the moment. Better to have them doing something than nothing. And Portugal is at 68. I guess we could do a little bit more there. There's every chance Castile could pop and go against us at some point, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. We've got a new mission we could pick. What does this want us to do here? Trade income at least 60%. What is our trade? Wrong thing. Trade's only 30% at the moment. That might be a little bit difficult to reach. Prove legitimacy. We need to get our legitimacy of 100. That's going to be tricky. We'll pick it up for now. You never know. How old's our current ruler? Might pop his clogs. We've got a weak heir though, that doesn't help. 40-year-old heir. We'll see what happens. Definitely still... We're actually gaining some more papal influence again. We definitely need to keep our eye on reform desire. We are now at 89.8%, which is nice. Obviously, we can't flip yet. There shouldn't be any centres of reformation. Well, there could be centres of reformation at this point, but I don't think there is. Yeah, no centres of reformation yet, but it won't be long before that happens. We're also trying to work our way up to admin tech 10, because as soon as we do that, we can actually form Great Britain. Now, we are still a little bit ahead of time, so I don't want to do that too early on. And we are a little bit behind on our Diplotech as well. So everything is fine there. We're still fabricating, still running at speed 3. It's all good. France are getting a little bit of an army. Let's just keep our eye on France's Liberty Desire. Still only 26-ish%. So I don't think we need to do an awful lot about that. Which means we should also make sure that we stay happy with France. We are at... what's our improved relations? 191. So things with France are generally good at the moment. I don't think we need to worry too much about them. Let's have a look at some force limits. We're only 1 down on our sort of army force limit, which I guess is fine. We're actually a little bit over on our naval force limit. What happened there? Why are we so over? Did we capture some ships? Or did we integrate somewhere and grab some extra stuff? Oh no, we grabbed those heavies, didn't we? We actually went ahead and grabbed the extra heavies as part of a mission. But we're not spending all that much. We're still making decent money. We're still making decent money. We'll keep that as it is. Are there any better advisors that we could grab, like inflation reduction or anything? Don't need a better military one. I think we're good there. Well, these are both level 3 guys, which are a little bit too much. Yeah, I don't think we need any of those. So France is still putting some troops together, but that's fine. We are now 73% through fabricating our claims against Flanders. Let's have another quick look at them. Yeah, they're still only allied with the 3. We're not going to co-belligerize anybody, so we should be fine there. So we could actually go and grab admin tech 10, but I don't think we will. We'll wait for this to burn down a little bit. What do we actually get for forming Great Britain? So we inherit Scotland. The country changes to Great Britain. We get a claim on everything that's in the British Isles, which is fine because we already have them. We gain 25 prestige. We get increased centralisation, which means we get more national unrest, but we also get reduced monthly autonomy change. So there's no huge rush to do it, but we will be doing it soon. Have we insulted Morocco recently? Humiliated Burgundy, eclipsed Morocco. We haven't insulted Morocco. I haven't got any diplomats free, so I can't do that right now. 16 more, 14 more. We've almost maxed out what we can do with Portugal, so we'll just wait for that to tick. And we'll bring this guy back from Portugal. So there we go. Let's bring you home. And then we'll go and insult Morocco as soon as you get back, so we can send an insult. Should give us a little bit more power projection. Oh, maybe it didn't. But what we want to do now, we're just going to slow the game down a little bit, is we want to go and declare war on these guys. And what in fact, I'm just going to stop being an idiot. I'm going to unmothball my ships and get my men over here. We also need one more man. What have we got in this group? I guess another cannon wouldn't be a terrible idea. So let's go ahead and build one more cannon over here. As for these guys, do I want these guys on standby? There's still a few mercenaries up here, which isn't a terrible thing. I think I'll bring them down here just so that we can bring them across should we need to, because I don't know how big the enemy's forces are going to be. So I'll move these guys into Calais before I decide to pop. Maybe see how much we can get our ships improved by. Let's just go ahead here and carry on improving relations with Portugal. We might as well get them capped out. Would be nice to get a little bit more force limit. I do also want to try and get rid of the rest of these mercenaries, but at the same time, I also don't want to burn through all of my manpower just before I'm about to go to war. So we'll be going to war with Flanders, Aachen, Munster, and the Hansa. So, armies. Flanders, they have 14k troops. Ashen have 8,000 troops, which is nothing. The Hansa are under the, I think. Let's have a look. The Hansa, 16,000 troops, and Munster have 5,000 troops. I think we're going to be okay. Might even be able to do it with that 27 stack. They may have some ships around, of course, so that is something to consider. Now, if I am going to vassalize them, I don't need to worry about coring, which means I can actually spend the admin power on becoming Great Britain. Now, they don't have a lot of ships around. I think I can afford to leave my heavies there repairing, so let's just go ahead and declare war. So they would all come in, that's fine. None of our allies will come in, but that's alright. I don't mind that too much. So, this is... It does have a fort, but it's just farmland. So let's just go straight in here. Now, will we be able to catch them? We've actually won a battle somewhere against a single lowly light. They're going to get out on the 5th of March. We're going to arrive on the 4th of March. We will catch them. They do have a higher base morale. We have a 1-2-1 leader. They have a 2-2-0. But France are about to come in and throw down. So now we've got massive numbers. Unfortunately, it's all of our cannons are all stuck at... Oh, I'm looking at the back, not the front. So, yeah, our cannons are protected. We don't want to lose the cannons. We've still got this cannon down here that's actually repairing up, but that's fine. So we've actually gone ahead and won that little battle there. Their ships have actually been pushed out, but we will wait a little bit before we do anything with those. So let's just detach a siege here, and we probably can't get to there unless we go by ship. So let's just stay grouped up for now. We'll leave these guys here. They can be a backup for later. Got a little event here. So England gets powerful nobles until the 8th of April, unless, well, 26, that's 10 years, unless Richard dies before. It gives us 5% more production efficiency, but reduces the national tax modifier. Or we can gain 5% trade efficiency, but for a slight monthly autonomy change, and that's for 10 years. That's quite a lot of autonomy change, but we do burn it off naturally anyway. And I don't really want the tax modifier to drop. I think we'll take that one for now. Might be nice to get some more guys over here. We will have to go ahead and... where have you actually docked? It's hard to tell. We will put our heavies in this sea. It'll actually make sieging a little bit more quickly as well. I'd like them to get a little bit more health before I do that. France do have some ships around, of course. So let's just zoom out, have a quick look at the diplomatic map mode. As you can see, the people that we're up against... There's very little up here. It's going to be difficult for us to reach because it's all stuck in the middle of the HRE, but we can probably walk through some of it. Ashen's just a single province, so that won't be too difficult. But yeah, there's not an awful lot of armies that we need to worry about here. It looks like they've gone and lost another little skirmish up here. Just making sure we're not gaining ships. I think we've actually lost a ship. Yeah, we did have 25. We have lost a ship, but... we're still winning our naval battles, so that is fine. We've actually breached the walls here. We could assault, but it does seem a little bit reckless. Let's go ahead and send that that last cannon in there. You're up to 75%. I think that might be good enough. So I'm just going to go and send the heavies in here. They can do a little bit of blockading, and if any of these ships come out of port, they're going to get squashed, so that will be fine. So still on minus 21% there. Not too sure... France's army's just stuck in here and causing us massive attrition, so that's fine. See, what I could do is we could actually go ahead and put some lights here and try and transport into Antwerpen, but I think once we've actually won this siege, we'll be able to move through more easily, so that's not too much of a problem. It does look like France's entire army is here helping with the issue, so... let's allow that to carry on. We do need to keep our eye on their administrative power, of course, and make sure that we don't go over our cap. We should be fine. Bring you back from Austria. You can't do any more. Yeah, Oldenburg owns most of Holland, so... well, Holland, the Netherlands don't exist anymore. It's all owned by Oldenburg. Oldenburg is part of the HRE, so they're a little bit more tricky to take land from, because obviously it upsets the Emperor. But Flanders aren't part of the HRE, so we can take land from them. Would also be nice... Do we want Zealand? No, they're part of the HRE, I suppose, but... We would definitely like to try and grab Flanders if we can. 7% chance now of actually managing to flip this, so... Let's just wait for that to tick. Got quite a bit of money. We could go ahead and build a few buildings. That's not a terrible idea. Let's just have a quick look at that. What about... I'll leave it unpaused because there's not really much that we need to do. Anywhere we could get some decent tax? Here and here, possibly? Anywhere that's sort of like plus 16. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's decent. What else could we have? We can increase our land force limit. Fantastic news. What's fantastic news? Next to 5% trade efficiency. Do we want to increase our land force limit by +1? I mean, we could. We might as well do it on some of the inland provinces, which aren't as useful to us. And any places where we can have quite a few buildings. Thanks for taking away my screen from me. Let's go ahead and drop one there. So that's fine. Anything else that we'd like to get here? Workshop, increase production efficiency. You'd get benefit well from increased production efficiency, as would you. It's burnt through quite a lot of our money and quite quickly, so we'll leave that. 28% there. We can invest in a new idea, which would be a Diplo idea. Now, that would give us an extra 25% to trade steering. Do we want that, or do we want to save up for the next... I think we want to save up for the next Diplo tech, and also we will need to negotiate the peace deal. So we've got to make sure that we do save a little bit of diplomatic power. 28%, and we didn't even get anything from that tick at all. We're taking a lot of attrition here, thanks to France standing right on top of us. That's giving us a colossal 2.2% attrition. Thanks, France. And they do have a disease outbreak there. I mean, I could assault, but it seems really, really dangerous. What I could also do is that cheesy thing where I actually move all of my units away apart from one. So I've got one guy there leading the assault, or leading the siege, and then assault and actually burn off all of France's manpower, sacrifice all their men to do it. Well, we're up to 49%, so we may well grab it next time around. We only have a 64% siege here, or 64% blockade, which isn't great, but it'll certainly be enough to... you know, to hold this coast. Nobody's going to move anything through here with 20 heavies. We're still making money as well, which is fine. We don't really have to worry too much about the Scottish separatists, and they should go away when we form Great Britain. We'll have to have a look and see how that's going to work. Come on, let's get the tick. 49%. Good stuff. So what we should be able to do now is march straight through. We're going to wipe out that 8 stack. It looks like France is actually going in there to do it for us. So we are just going to split off a single... have we got a full regiment? Yeah, we'll split off a single full regiment. And he can stay here and siege out Ghent. And then you guys can go in there and do some damage over here. Need to unpause, of course, or nothing is going to happen. Looks like Munster's going to come in and... Really? Are they yeah, I was going to say, don't tell me they're actually going to come in and try and join this fight. It would be very bad for them if they do. Looks like Flanders is coming in with a group. Now, can I get into either of these provinces? No, Flanders actually attacked us there. I honestly thought this 7 stack was going to try and jump in on here. It's still a possibility, I suppose. Well, we've occupied that province. That forces out the ships. That's fine. Looks like the Hansa's coming in now. We've won that naval battle there, thanks to our heavies. Now, this is getting a little bit hairy. They're throwing a lot of units in. They do have the river crossing. And we do have a 2-1-3. Now, it is most of my men in the front. All my cannons seem to be safely nestled at the back. We have higher base morale, we have the same discipline and tactics. I'm amazed that we're actually losing this battle. I think it's mainly down to poor rolls, to be honest. They do have a good leader. I think what we're going to have to do here is get some of these guys across, actually. It's probably not going to be enough to recover from this fight, and indeed it wasn't. They've got a lot of men there. We could potentially try... This could be dangerous. Especially without having a leader there. In fact, I can go ahead and assign the leader to these guys. Or let's get a new one, actually. We can afford to do it. Or we could use our king. Let's have a look and see how decent our king is. He's a 2-1-2. He's not bad. We'll put our king in charge there. And we'll go ahead and see if we can actually... They've got next to no morale. I mean, this is a really small stack that we're attacking with here. But they're already a mainly broken army. Although we are getting flanked a bit. We don't have much of a front line. And we definitely need to go and find the transports and pick up the rest of the guys there. Maybe I was a little bit optimistic about my ability in this fight. We did get the river crossing penalty. But we should actually win the battle, and indeed we did. And they're actually coming down here. They've only moved one province. It's as far as they could move. So we can actually go in here now and stack wipe them, hopefully. We don't have much in the way of morale. But we do have superior numbers. France is coming back with their army. Once again, we get stuck with the crossing penalty. France is about to come and throw down. And we actually win that fight. And I think they're now stack wiped. So let's go through and get to Ashen, because we can make our way through and go and siege that. But that's probably as much as we're going to do for this particular video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.